right, will all of you that wish to become delegates please raise your hand and hold them up until you've been counted? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're allotted 2 delegates, so we have 3 people that are interested, so we're going to have an election. Now, before we begin the election, I need an assistant that will assist me during the voting process, pass out and collect the forms, take the names of the candidates, and help count and verify the votes. Is there anyone here that would like to help me with that job? Perfect, Mr. Esch. Thank you very much. If you'd like, you can come up here. And there's a marker and an eraser. You'll be recording the names of the candidates that want to be delegates. And then as we count the votes, we'll be recording the votes for the delegates that are selected. Okay. All right. We're here to select the delegates and alternates to the Clark County Republican Convention to be held on March 20th. Does anyone here have any questions about the requirements to become a delegate or about what a delegate does?
No.
Okay. Now, those who wish to become delegates, please raise your hands again. Okay. So, since we have more delegates than delegate positions, it's now time to begin the delegate voting process. The size of each precinct determines the number of delegates, so I have nothing to do with the process. It's determined by the state of Nevada statutes. Our precinct 1, 2, 3, 4 is entitled to 2 delegates. The candidates with the most votes will be selected. Each of you who wishes to become a delegate will come up front one at a time and give a statement to the group describing who you are and why you should be selected. Each person will have 2 minutes. When your time's down to a half a minute, I'll give you a half-minute warning. When you use the remaining time to wrap up your speech. When you hear me say, okay, time's up, stop, go to the assistant, Mr. Esch, and have your name recorded, then return to your seat. When everyone has spoken, we'll begin the voting process. So, Mr. Wheeler, would you like to be first?
Sure.
All right. Now, as a reminder, Mr. Wheeler, you have 2 minutes to tell us who you are, why you should be selected. When your time is down to a half a minute, I will say to you half a minute. Use the remaining time to wrap your presentation up. Okay. And then when you hear me say, okay, time's up, stop, make sure he gets your name for the blackboard and then have your name recorded and go back to your seat.
All right, thank you. Yes, my name's Russ Wheeler, and I'd like to be your delegate because I've been a delegate before in the 2008 elections, and I think I've got a little bit of experience with that, and I would like to continue that process because I am familiar with the whole procedure. I think those are some very good reasons that I should be your candidate. Thank you.
All right. Wait, don't leave yet.
Oh, yes.
You need to give him your name.
Earl.
And that's why you should vote for me. Thanks.
All right, make sure Mr. Esch gets your name for the board.
David Isbell.
And you may be seated.
All right.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to be handing out a slip of paper. This will be to vote for your delegate. All right, it's time to vote. We have good candidates, and your choice will represent our district at the Clark County Convention on March 20th. You may vote for only one of the candidates. The candidates with the highest number of votes will be selected. If an elected delegate prefers to be an alternate, he or she may state such and will be listed as such. The person with the next highest number of votes will then have the option of being a delegate. We will proceed in this way until we have all the delegates and alternates that we need. When I call your name, please stand for a moment to allow everyone to see who you are and then be seated again. All right, our first candidate is Mr. Wheeler. Would you please rise? Thank you. All right, fill out your ballot. Choose only one candidate. When you have completed your delegate selection, fold your ballot in half and have it collected. Mr. Esch, would you collect those once you're done with your voting? Okay. All right. Congratulations. Mr. Wheeler and Mr. Isbell have been selected to represent our district on March 20th at the Clark County Convention. Now, delegates, please fill out your forms that I'm going to hand out to you completely and print neatly. It is a 3-part form. Okay, Mr. Isbell, Mr. Wheeler. And if we cannot read your writing, we can't send you the delegate packet. I'll go over those and check those with you. And you'll be notified by the Clark County party of your status and will receive directions for what you'll do next. All right, Mr. Esch, what I'd like you to do now as my assistant is help me verify the votes. First of all, we have our first candidate, Earl Wheeler. Name is spelled correctly with 2 votes. Our second was David Isbell. Again, name is spelled correctly, and that was 4 votes. Okay. If you would please sign and initial so that we verify that this is in fact our true vote. And this is for Precinct 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Thank you very much for your assistance. You may be seated. And now we'll begin our selection process for the alternates. The process will be the same as what we just did for selecting our delegates. We'll be passing out another set of ballots. Is there anyone that didn't want to be a delegate but would like to be an alternate? You may raise your hand now.